Some people will say, why would you make a book out of snake skin? Some people will look at such a book because the way they brought up that a snake book could be an evil thought first. A psychiatrist would say to you, what's your first thought? Right? And what would you be your first thought on a book with snakeskin on? Would it be a happy one? Right? And if it's not, it's because society has brought you up wrong. Or you haven't learnt enough when it comes to all proper information. You just learnt what you want to learn or what society wanted you to think. Things like that when it comes to certain things. When it comes to snakes and the snake skin I picked, I was going through a spiritual moment and I needed to make a book. You know that, that's what I said. And I was looking at certain animal spirits. And I've been studying how do you connect to certain animal spirits. They say certain animal spirits can find you as well as they're gonna find you and you gotta connect to them when it comes to animal spirits. And so at that time I went to walk to Macca's, and what did I find before I can come up with what can I use to cover my book was a snake, a red belly black. I videoed the whole thing. It's on video. As I was videoing at the time I found it. Wasn't I, Emma?
Yes, it was dead, of course.
Yeah, already hit. It was hit by a car and it looked like it squiggled because it wasn't fully damaged, but damaged to the side, to the edge, and died. Yeah. And it wasn't long, so it could have been that morning. I mentioned it on the video. And I took it to Macca's with me. It stunk a little bit, but I had it in a pretty good sealed bag, so it didn't really stink unless you get close to it. It depends on how you can smell. And then I took it home and I videoed the rest. So that's how I got the story of the snake skin, besides also studying snake things at the time. So I thought it related perfectly because that's spiritual. But if anyone wants to see it in any other way, they can. And they probably will, as they don't know the story about me and have been raised differently. So they have their right to their opinion, but it doesn't mean they're right. If they're not willing to talk to you, that's fine. You wait for people to talk to you. But if they go around spreading propaganda on their assumptions, that is also freedom of speech, but if it's wrong and it can hurt people's lives or hurt people, they shouldn't be doing it. That is not the righteous thing to do. So always make sure when you see things to have a good look inside, and always ask a certain amount of questions. If something's on your mind, then mention it, even if it sounds a little out there. Just go, this might be a little out there, blah, blah. And you might get an answer instead of assuming, you see. Anyway, have a good one. I can talk more about that, but I've got to save some things, don't I, when it comes to certain things. Now, look at that, 12. Why did I wear 12 bracelets when I first started, when I could afford to get them, when I stored them up? Why did I stop at 12 each? Could have went more, could have went less. Why was it 12? Because I picked out all the things I wanted through the list. I didn't come up with a number, but I didn't want too many. I didn't want them all. So I thought I'll pick out things that I feel would come to me. And when I picked them all and then ordered them all, didn't count them in my head how many I got, because I was doing them over time, wasn't I, Emma?
Yeah, you were asking me to order them, look through them.
Yep. And so, in the end, it just stopped. And it happened to be 12 on each one. And I thought that was enough. And that's why I had 12. I go with the feeling. And then I looked up the meaning of things. And things also went with it. You know? Like the pictures I got on my digital photo frame. That was the pictures out of a selection of pictures that I got, didn't I, Emma?
Yeah.
And only those ones could fit. The format was right for the photo frame when it come to those sort of pictures. As I've got space ones, and I've done it with space ones, and I've got that, and a few other ones. I've done it a few times. And that's how I get them, because they can also show you signs and symbols, not only for you, but yourself, and what may occur or what you may see occur. Huh? As if you want good things around and stuff like that, you put it around, you beard it around. Right? Anyway, have a good one, and I thought I'd just chuck them out a little bit and explain a little bit more about spiritual. Like, check out this picture. There's one of them that was. But I only did one big selection, and that was it, and then put on what from the selection, didn't I? And I haven't gone back and tried to put on more. I could, but I didn't. But I don't. See you later, and have a good one. Bye-bye.